Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to Rigid TV. Alright, today we have Master Yi. I'm going to show you the build, how I do my QWER, or my abilities I should say. So we spawn in right off the bat. I click the Q right off the bat, just to make sure I have it. And so this is the normal E, normal Master Yi, no custom skins, like no skins or anything like that. It's just a normal common Master Yi. And also we're at Summoner's Rift, just a normal map, normal game, first PvP. It's good to always have a build right off the bat. Either you research it or something like that. But I made this one up completely on my own. I just kind of experimented and found what was right for me. Alright, so I'm not saying this is the best build ever. This is not for, all uses. This one can be adjusted very easily, but it will always help you in some way, at least as a beginner or amateur or anything like that. You can use this at any level and it will help you if you use it right. So this is not the ultimate one. This is not the best one. There is no specific best one. It's really what works for you and how you use Master Yi himself. So I'm just going to jump right in here. I usually have the first item is obviously the Doran's Blade for 8 damage, 80 health, and 3% lifesteal. And I just grab over here a free warding totem. Obviously a lot of you should know that, but if you're a beginner, let me just explain it real quick. You put it in a bush, it lightens it up, you can see that there. Or you put in an area and it will give like a little area where you can see in the fog or in a bush or anything like that, basically where you can kind of view it. So you use it to ward, like let's say you're getting dragon or something like that and you want to make sure that no one comes around. This is what you kind of use to prevent them from just sneaking up upon your whole group. Okay, and so once you got the Doran's Blade, you go ahead, not anything in this list, but you scroll down here into the 1200 coin list and you pick the Stinger, 50% attack speed. I get this one right after Doran's Blade, but it tremendously helps out your attack speed, big time. Just it gives you a big boost, and also it has 10% cooldown reduction. So your abilities will be able to have its comeback, I should say, 10% more faster. And so the third item in my list would be the Berserker's Greaves. It has 30% attack speed and 45 movement speed. Now this already together, all these items, gives you 80% attack speed already, plus 45 movement speed. And also you already have 3% lifesteal, 80 health, and attack damage. Alright, so this is already a great build for such a lower level. Usually I get this around 5 or 6, like these 3 items together. If you're obviously feeding off of the enemy team, obviously you're going to have these a lot quicker than a normal match would be. And so once you have those 3 items, I go ahead and go all the way down to the bottom, 3700. Okay, this is expensive, it looks really expensive, but it is a Mercurial Scimitar, okay, for 3700 coins. 75 attack damage, 35 magic resistance, and also 10% lifesteal. So if you have the magic abilities champions on the other team, this will also make it 35 magic resistance. It'll help you a lot whenever it comes down to that, and also removes all debuffs and also grants 50% bonus movement speed for 1 second if you use your unique active Quicksilver. Alright, so you have the attack damage, magic resistance, and 10% lifesteal, but obviously you can get lower items to make this cheaper. I tend to get the Vampiric Scepter and also the Pickaxe. Alright, these 2 items together will obviously give you basically close to the same abilities as the Mercurial Scimitar, but also it's not as much, of course. But then, once you have those 2 items, you can get the Quicksilver Sash, but it's really not, needed to get this item, because at that point you're spending 1,300, and once you have the 2 other items, it's 1,900 for the Mercurial Scimitar. Okay, so there's really no point in actually buying the sash whenever you can just get it for 600 more points. So for the next item, I will be showing you to get a Youmuu's Ghostblade. Okay, this is 65 attack damage and 10% cooldown reduction. Okay, it also gives you, for the unique passive, is 20 plus armor penetration. That is big whenever you're trying to deal with the tanky champions and the ones that have like a lot of armor, like Garen, for crying out loud. He has a lot of armor whenever you get him. Oh, I'm getting the AFK warning, my bad. He has a lot of armor whenever he's built a certain way, and so this will give you a 20 armor penetration, which is very good. And also the unique active gives you 20% movement speed and 40% attack speed for 6 seconds. That is a life changer in this game for 6 seconds. That could really help you out. For the next item, you can go one or two ways. You can get this Death's Dance for 65 attack damage and 10% cooldown reduction, the same one as the Youmuu's would, but I tend to get the Bloodthirster for 75 attack damage and 20% lifesteal. It is great. It will help you out. That lifesteal is a life changer in this game for Master Yi. Okay, and then once you get that, obviously you can get lower items like the Emberic Scepter. You can get the long sword, you know, the BF sword, which is 40 attack damage. You know, you can obviously do this stuff for that. It's easy to get the lower items and then build up to the bigger items. And then once you have all 6 items, I sell the Doran's Blade, and then I get the Death's Dance. Now I told you obviously you didn't, you know, need this one right off the bat, you know, like right with the Youmuu's Blade, but this one will also like give you a lot more attack damage. But you can either have the Death's Dance, or I tend to replace it with the Static Shield. Okay, and also I think I'm missing an item. I think that was the 6th item right there actually, but either way I lost track of the count, my bad. But I tend to get the Static Shield. Okay, so I have the Static Shield, the Youmuu's Ghostblade, the Berserker's Greaves. I also have the, let me see here, I also have the Stinger, and also the Mercurial Scimitar, and the Bloodthirster. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, you can replace some of these items for what you want. Like if you want more lifesteal, or you want more damage, or you want more attack speed, whatever really suits you best, you can obviously, you know, change it out. But this is basically a standard one that I use. It's going to really help you in the beginning, especially if you're a beginner, and getting something like this for like someone telling you, hey, this is what I use and all that stuff. It'll really help. I didn't have that whenever I was first starting to play, and so I kind of looked up guides and all that stuff, how to do that stuff, and then I kind of just took what I wanted out of it, and then I kind of just made my own thing out of it. Like I didn't get this from any guide. I just kind of, you know what, that seems right, you know, and I kind of mix it together, and it works great for me. Now, you guys might have your own opinions about it, but it works for me. I'm going to keep doing it. So, also, get your Q first, then E, then W, then just keep going back and forth between Q and E until you max those out. Also, get your R's whenever they pop up. Whenever you're able to get the R, get the R. But get the W's last. Get one W so you can heal up here and there throughout the battle. But get the rest of the W's after that, after you get the Q and E's up. Okay, remember that. That's very, very important in this whole thing. Because once you get those Q and E's up, it's really hard for the enemy team to keep their life up whenever you have all this build and all that stuff, and they just go down quick. But yeah, that's my Master Yi's guide. If you got any questions, just comment below and I'll get right to you. Thanks guys, see you next time.